Welcome back to Frühling on Farming Simulator 22 for episode 3 with me, MrSealyp. We're back and work is continuing here on Frühling. I have got the small Massey working on the mulcher. I think it's working at a top speed of about 4 miles an hour. I've got the front windrower. Is it the Samash? It's a Samash something or other. And we've got our pottinger, loading wagon, forage wagon. So we're collecting up the rest of the straw. The bales are to one side. That problem I had where if you go into, and you watch it happen now, and all the bales were there, that's all gone again. I'm not sure, in the last episode, that's gone. I'm not sure how or why. So what I was going to do was, we got the bales. This I'm going to put into the silo, and we'll have it for bedding if we need it. I was thinking about taking it, if we go down south, there's we've got the manure factory, and it's a 1-to-3 ratio. So for every 1,000 of straw we put in, we get 3,000 litres of manure out. And I was thinking, what can we use the manure for anything at the moment? Anyway, that being said, contract on the field just the other side of the road there is probably almost done, actually. And that's got to go to the grain mill. I've also got a contract for fertilising there. So I think what we might do is we'll crack out the slurry spreader. We'll go up to the slurry pond, we'll get some slurry out, and we'll have a go at that because we haven't done that yet. And I am going to get onto those fields, those grass fields. I keep saying we need to be making our hay. So we'll get onto there. Now I know we're still on the same day. I haven't gone any further forward. I'm just enjoying doing all the jobs. And that's what I kind of said right from the word go. It's just kind of a bit more laid back, and we'll just plod on and we'll get the jobs done. Mulching's done on our field over there. Again, field numbers at the moment are escaping me. Field 12. So field 12 we harvested, that's been mulched. That we started to subsoil and I realised I hadn't mulched it. So that'll be subsoiled, and we've got the rock picker there, but unfortunately I need the Valmet for doing that because the rock picker needs a bit of oomph, and so does the subsoiler. So field 9, the contract's on the moment. That's probably actually finished now. The harvest is sat there. So we'll take the stuff to the grey mill, which is just there. We'll get paid for that contract, and then we'll get some fertilising done. These two grass fields are the ones I mentioned before. We're going to cut, even if we just get the mowing done today. But I'm glad that we've got... Let me just turn that off and just disconnect a second. The Twist 600. My mind, I'm having an absolute nightmare. From that. There we go. Turn off the forage harvester. Raise that. Brilliant. So yeah, we'll put this in the silo for the time being. I could put the straw into the fermenter because the fermenter will help make solids, but we've got plenty of grass for that. So I thought if we keep bales for total mixed ration, this for bedding, and then we'll kind of work out from there. If we don't use much of it for bedding, that's fantastic. Thank you to the people that sent me pictures and messages and all sorts of stuff. That little strip of land, we'll cut across here. It doesn't matter if we cut across here. The strip of land is just here, and I can't remember if I mentioned in the last episode. The last week or so has been absolutely insane, and I mentioned it, I think, on one of the mod reviews, with mods and maps and precision farming and all the stuff that's coming. But this strip here, we could do something with. We have got a silo on it at the moment for purchasing of things if we need to. But we could clear this because the only downside, or one of the downsides, I guess, with this map, there's not a lot of places, I think I did mention it, that you can buy. You can't buy the periphery in between everything. So on the farm, we've got that little strip there with nothing on at the moment. But pretty much elsewhere, unless we actually use a field, placeables is a tricky one. It might be a case of buying up a grass field or something like that. I mean, that was only 15 grand. So yeah, for placeables, it's doable, but there's not as much placeable area as on some maps, I have found. So, have I left... I'll say, did I leave the baler in the way? I'm seriously considering trying to move those bales a bit because I wasn't happy with how that ended up. Yep, that's in the way. Of course it is. I don't recall leaving it like that, but I guess I must have done. Can we get through the gap? Just about. So what I'm going to do is put that to one side, and then we'll collect that and put that away later because we're going to need that when we do our mowing. We're going to then windrow and bale. So what I'll probably do... God, that's going to be a whole So what we could have is the windrow on the front, the trailer on the back, or the baler on the back, and then the trailer on the back of that. Oh, that'd be an interesting one to look at. So what we're going to do with this, there's nothing in here, is there? Put it into the barn. Into the silo, sorry. I thought this took everything. I wasn't in the trailer. That's why. Right, put that in. So like I say, we'll do the hay on one field and then the other field we'll cut. We'll do the same thing as we did with the straw just now. We'll use the front windrower, we'll use this, we'll collect it. That's going to go into the fermenter for making our silage. But for the time being, I'll just tuck this back out the way, because I've got subsoiling and stuff that needs to be done. I mean, that mulcher, again, that little Massey Ferguson shouldn't be running the mulcher. But it doesn't matter if that just chugs away at 4 miles an hour for a little bit. It's okay. Right, subsoiling, stone. There's so many jobs that need to be done. All the sort of things that I've kind of started on my Calmsden kind of not showing, because I've done it a few times and we've used the same equipment. But I'm liking using the small equipment. I'm liking just getting back to just the processes, you know. So we did that stretch already, and you can see the stones. So what we'll do is set him off, hop out. Okay, should be good. Right, I'm going to go and empty the last into that and go to the grain mill, get that contract complete. We'll come back and maybe with the John Deere, because that's got the trailer at the moment. I need to bring the harvester back as well. We'll do some slurry spreading, I think. We'll get the slurry on that. We'll do that fertilising contract. Haven't really done slurry spreading. We're not going to do double application because that's crazy. A lot of people have been asking me, am I going to be looking at doing precision farming on here? Possibly my next Let's Play. Like I've said before, Calmsden, I think I'm going to wind down a little bit because there's an update due. And if I do the update, it requires a new save game, which means, and I've done it before on some maps where I have to go back in and redo the entire map. Now bear in mind I've got a quarry on there that I put in myself, and all the stuff that's going to require, I'll be looking at days of work. I mean days of work to get that done. So we're going to whiz across the bridge, grab the beauty of this map. I know I could just skip there, of course I can, but it's not a big map, so getting to places doesn't take too long, does it? Right, that's complete. Let's hop in there, pipe out. No, that's not over. That's better. And then I think we've got a sowing contractors on the go. We haven't started yet. It's because what I was thinking was we'll get our fields prepped and then we'll go out and we'll do all the sowing in one go. So we'll sow our fields and that one, but obviously it's taken a lot longer to prep with smaller equipment and smaller tractors and stuff like that. It's just taking a little bit longer. Right, put that to one side. And I'm before the end of this episode, I'm going to whiz out and I'm going to at least get the mowing done. I think we've got a rear side mower, haven't we? It's going to take a little while. So it's not like I'm going to be able to mow and ted at the same time. From here, we're going to cut down, hopefully, on the side of here. Bear with me just a second. Sorry about that. Just realised the mod review that I made. I put it all up, got it ready to go, and then didn't post it, didn't put it live. What a genius. Anyway. So I was saying about things being crazy, and this week's going to be no different. I had a couple of messages from people asking about Let's Plays and videos, and I've done a lot of mod reviews and map tours and all the stuff on precision farming. This week's going to be no different. There's been all sorts of stuff going on. There will still be stuff going on. I've got farm dogs, got vets tomorrow morning. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow afternoon. There should be stuff, hopefully. I'll try and get stuff done in between that tomorrow. Thursday and Friday we should be okay. Then Saturday, Sunday and probably Monday we're away, but not going to the Lake District. My daughters had sort of all kind of decided, agreed they wanted to go to Weymouth. We haven't been to Weymouth in ages. They all managed to get time off. Everyone, we're all going, the whole family. It's going to be amazing. We haven't done a family holiday in, I can't remember how long. It's going to be incredible. So really, really looking forward to that. Now this has got me puzzled somewhat because the grain mill's that side, but this is showing as, if we go back up to here, right, that's the grain mill there, but that's showing us where we need to be delivering to. So I'm a little bit puzzled with this. Set the products to the grain mill. I think it's supposed to be round the front. Oh, no entry sign. I'm sure people won't mind. I'm sure it'll be fine. There's no traffic. It's got to be here, hasn't it? It says grain mill. Yeah. We're about to find out. If the money goes up, we're in trouble. Come on now. With a little bit on top as well, that'd be lovely. I'm going to sell all of it. I'm not going to try and keep hold of any of it. Not there's going to be any to... I was starting to panic then. Okay, we made another grand on top. I mean, we're making money in that, yes, we're not making a load on top. We're covering the cost of our workers. So that's, in of itself, it's a win, isn't it? So that one's done. We'll collect on that. I'm thinking fertilising, because we've got all that slurry in that slurry tank, slurry store. Let's just, I'm going to accept another one of those. We'll worry about the sowing later. So this will go back. Let's grab the slurry spreader. We'll go and, it's not massive, we're going to have to go backwards and forwards. Field 10's not far away again, the map's tiny, so we're going to be right. Yeah, so anyway, what I was saying, I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm really looking forward. We're taking Farm Dog with us. We're all going away. One of my twins went on, sorted it all out, found a place for us to stay. It's a lovely little hotel, and I'm really looking forward to it. We used to take the kids there all the time. You know, summer holidays, we'd go down, or we'd go for a day trip, or you know, we'd stay on caravan sites, campsites, and you know, all that stuff. And the kids said they haven't been for such a long time as well. They're all really buzzing. All the boyfriends are coming. It's going to be a real proper family trip. Yeah, really looking forward to it. So, again, apologies. I know everyone says, oh, you've got to stop apologising. You're so English. You do it all the time, you're apologising. But I know some people do get, you know, they get into a routine and a habit. I know I don't have a set schedule. I've never had a set schedule. I've never been that kind of person. I kind of do stuff as and when, and, you know, how the mood takes me and that kind of thing. I know for a lot of people, schedules help keep everything regimented and regulated. For me, I find it sometimes a bit stifling that if you then get yourself bogged down with this is my set schedule every week, there's no flexibility. At the end of the day, I can still do whatever I want when I want. I can still say, well, you know, there is flexibility because I can pick and choose what I do and when I do it, which of course I can. You know, at the end of the day, as you know, a couple of people reminded me, it's my channel. I can do what I want. I can do what I want when I want. I can post videos when I want. Of course I can. But it's still that, you know, I do still feel a little bit, because people get used to it and they like watching regularly, and you know, when it's not regular, I can understand how that can throw people out. Right, just going to tidy this up a little bit. Put that back where it was. So subsoiling's going on, mulching is continuing, then there's going to have to be some rock picking done as well. Drop that off. I'm going to move that baler out of the way because that really is in the way. So we're going to get a couple of these fertilising bits done, and then we'll I love this little John Deere. And, oh, thank you again. So many people have offered me all different bits of kit. all different bits of kit, all different bits of equipment. I'm kind of looking at all the various different options. I know I said in the last episode, some people have said they want small payments. Some people, I think people just want shout outs. It's, you know, some people have said no, you know, just have it. We don't want it anymore. You know, that kind of thing, which is brilliant. I love all that. So let's grab this. We're heading to field 10. To have a cultivator there as well. I think this is only, is it a 3,000 litre one, something like that? It's tiny. I'm hoping this is going to have enough oomph to run it. Why are those? Okay, the back wheels are off the ground. I thought they were locked for a minute. I was like, okay, that's not good. Why has that locked itself? This really seems to be struggling to pull it. There's nothing in it. It's not pulling it. What is going on? It shouldn't be like that, surely. There's no adjustment on the hitch. Is that dragging the floor? No, it's picked up alright. I think it might still be touching the floor though. Is that why? As soon as I go off there, it hits the floor. It's not liking it. I'm going to need a bigger tractor, aren't I? Or at least one with a different hitch. Oh, that's annoying. The beauty of small tractor work. Oh, the trouble is the Valmet's doing important work. Important work in the community. How much have we got? 19 grand. We haven't really got enough to buy anything. That's going to be a problem. Okay, maybe that'll have to wait then. Will this run the mower? I'm now panicking. I was hoping to do all small horsepower stuff, but we might need something with a bit more oomph. Have we got a front mower actually? No, we've got the side mower. Oh no, Ted, okay. This might be a bit much weight on the back of a two-wheel drive. It's all a learning curve. So what we'll do, let's just whiz out the front. Let's check on the, how was that? Okay. It's been sitting there the whole time. I've just been assuming it's been running. Brilliant. I've been asked a few questions regarding precision farming as well, because I did all those videos. And my part 2, the step-by-step one, we found on part 3 that all those steps were right, because we did manage to get to where we needed to go. It just needs to run through a few cycles of harvesting and it would get to where we needed to with regard to the score. A lot of people have been messaging me regarding the environmental score and saying that, you know, do we have to? Of course you don't. The environmental score on there is a target, and that target, if you attain it, gives you a maximum of a 15% bonus when you sell your crops. If you're not bothered about that bonus, you don't have to worry at all. You still want to try and achieve your maximum yield as best you can, but there's going to be certain elements, if you want to play it however you want to play it, you can still do it any way you want. It depends how much focus you're going to place on that environmental score, whether you're going to try and hit 100 or not. And a lot of people are saying to me they're not going to, and there's going to be certain situations where you can't. Because if you think about it, let's just go. I know this is kind of a side topic, but it's sort of stuff I'm thinking about while I'm doing all this stuff. We go to our seeders, right? We go across until we get to one that says like that. Okay, this seeder offers the possibility to seed directly. No previous cultivating or ploughing is necessary. So if you're going for your high tillage score and you want to go, so you want to get a good score, you want to go no-till, you want to use a direct drill. But if you're not too bothered about the tillage, you can drop down and you can do your cultivate and you can do stuff and you can use other seeders. Because if you go no-till all the time, you're then not able to, you're not going to use any other seeders other than direct drills. If we go to our planters, planters don't generally have direct drills. Some do. That one does. The Kinsey says, additionally, this seeder offers a possibility to direct drill. So seeding and planting you can do. But what if you want to do potatoes? because neither of the potato planters have got a direct drill option. So if you're going to do a potato crop, you're going to have to take a hit on tillage because you've got to till the ground because you can't plant otherwise. So there's going to be certain aspects to it that you stop and think, oh yeah, hang on a minute, you know, you're going to come up against things. Now obviously we're used to in-game at the moment, if it comes up saying ploughing required, needs ploughing, if you don't plough you take a hit. Now as far as I can tell, as far as I'm aware, that precision farming supersedes the standard in-game stuff. So if you're following and trying to do the environmental score stuff and you're doing alright, and as long as it's telling you that your yield is going to be, you know, when I was showing the videos and it said for the particular soil type on that particular crop on that soil type, it was saying 125% possibility, and I was sitting at 125%. So I'd done everything I needed to hit maximum yield. Then you're fine. You're going to get maximum yield. You're not going to take a hit for not ploughing. I think the precision farming supersedes, you know, the standard in-game stuff, kind of. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a case of really just picking and choosing what elements of it you want to use. I think the problem is that focus on the and I was the same. I did the same thing. Can we achieve the environmental score? I was curious to see how we would go about it. Was it possible? Can we get all the fields there? Can we get an overall 100? But that shouldn't just be the focus, you know. I had some people message me and saying, you know, am I aware that it's just a marketing thing for John Deere? And, you know, yeah, they're part of the process. And of course they are. It was kind of instigated by them in the first place. So yeah, with Giants and with all the other universities and stuff that are involved, when they put it into the game, of course it's going to be John Deere equipment that's going to be used because it's a John Deere innovation, you know, the whole precision farming thing. So I mean, not precision farming across the entire farming industry, I mean within the realms of the game, and they're implementing it like this. I really didn't think this was going to struggle so badly. Hopefully it will turn around and carry on. Right, let's leave that going. Please make the turn. And hopefully we can let that carry on going. Right, let's go and get this mowing done. I'm trying to think, small tractors. Let's have a look at our small tractors and see if there's another one we can buy. Like I said, I've been offered a few, so we might look at options. Pure is 39 grand. We don't have 39. I suppose we could take out a loan, but I'm supposed to be helping the the model farm turn a profit. They're supposed to be making a bit more money, getting people coming in, more guests, you know, that kind of thing. I'm not supposed to be getting them into a lot more trouble financially. That's not really the point of me being here. Got one of those 4x4 version, maybe 36, 80. Oh, 10 grand for the Zator. And it goes up to 81 horsepower though. 55, yeah, we haven't got 55 grand either. That's an interesting one, 10 grand. Maybe, we might have to think about a loan. Right, that is turning round. Wonderful, whoa, let's get some mowing done. And then we'll get the tilling done. I might have to do the rock picking off screen. I've got a smaller rock picker. I've gone for the Dagelmans because I don't have enough horsepower to run the larger rock picker. So that's going to take a bit longer. I don't want our Velmet to be the only tractor that we can use. Oh no, hang on. Fence, I forgot about the fence. So I've got the option here. Now this is the interesting thing as well. I know everyone will have different opinions or views on how this is supposed to be done. I've always kind of gone round this way, mown around the edge, and then gone back the other way and driven over what I've mown. Whenever I've watched Tom Pemberton do it, he tends to drive round this way first. Now I don't know if that's because the grass doesn't always grow as thick or as strong or as well up against the fences and hedges because they don't always get the light on this bit. Maybe that's a potential reason why. I'm just curious. I don't know how or why people do it the way they do, but I'm going to go around this way this time. That's kind of alright. I wasn't sure the John Deere would run it, but it is. So we'll go around and then I'll go around the other way and we'll just... I don't want to get too close to the fence line. This little building here is intriguing me. We'll have to have a look at that later on. I'll say later on. What could it be? Looks like some kind of oil production facility. Not motor oil, obviously. This is very light grass, isn't it? It's almost like it looks like it's hay already. I know it's not, but it looks like it is. Scare the deer off. It's again, it's another one of those jobs, isn't it? Again, for me personally, when you're trying to do mowing work and you're trying to collect stuff up and you're trying to do large quantities for whatever process you're doing, it's that butterfly mower, widest thing, 10 metres, 11, whatever you're doing, get it done quick, you know, triple mower setup. If I was running a side mower like this, I'd want the front one on the front, you know, so I'm doing the maximum I can. But I'm doing this now, and I'm thinking, this is cool. I'm loving it. Like I said, you know, I watch all different farmers, a lot of mainly kind of US guys, but Tom Pemberton's. I know that loads of people have messaged me and sent me loads of suggestions of different people I should watch. Again, I'm in that situation. I've only got so many hours of the day, and it would be great to watch loads more people, but I just don't have the time. I'm trying, so I don't want to hit the fence. So I'll try and say. No, obviously I'm going over a bit. I could have gone a little bit wider before, but just need to be a little bit more careful doing the edge round. Now cracking into the fence. I think, is the fence removable? I think it's removable. So I could, if I wanted to, come along and remove sections of it. Not that I've got access to any more. Like I said, if we go into the map and have a look again. We're over here now, aren't we? So if we've literally got the field. So even if I took the hedge out, oh, mind you though, hang on. I wonder. Oh, is it a hill? Just thinking of a placeables. Oh, it's a hill, isn't it? But there is grass. If we could take out. Maybe we get out here with some fence pulling gear. Maybe just take this centre section out. So what we could do is if we can find a fence that kind of matches up with it. If we've got this bit. And it runs right the way out there as well, doesn't it? A bit further out and round, we could stick a fence in along the boundary that way. Might give us a bit more ground to play with, a bit more grass to cut maybe. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Let's see. Demolish. Can we take out a fence section? We can. Okay. So we could go along, remove the posts, and then look at maybe doing some work on here. I don't want to remove too much, but that's another little bit of land that we've kind of got access to. If we wanted to do any production work, we could. It's a thought. I can probably get a bit closer to that fence as well to get maximum grass cuttage. Yep, there we go. That's what I was trying to avoid, if possible. So yeah, what we'll do then once this is all cut, I'll get out here, we'll get this tedded, and then this will get baled. But again, that may be on the next episode. I'm just, you know, yeah, we're just plodding, we're just getting stuff done. Enjoying the journey, not the destination. We do want to get to the destination, but not at the cost of missing out on the journey. I know, it's all those little posters you find and little placards. MrSealyp's one for those. I call them her diatribe pictures. It's that kind of little quotes and things, you know. But they're supposed to make your life and your day more uplifting. And they do when you pay attention to them. Most of the time they're just up on the wall so you don't even notice. You get so used to it. It's like, how often do you actually go around and look at all the photos? If you've got pictures up on your walls of family, and how often do you actually stop and look at them? You know, you kind of get so used to, you just come in, you get on with your day, and you're doing whatever you're doing. You don't think too much about it. Maybe is that just me? I think that's what this Let's Play's teaching me again, reteaching me. Just stop and smell the roses. I'll see you in a bit. Once this is done, let's get the tedding done. Hopefully a bit more on the subsoiling will be done. I'll get it done in the other field, and then yeah, that have to get that Valmet over. I'm going to have to go through my list of offers, see if we can find something with a bit of oomph. See if we can find a tractor we can go and collect from one of our offers, and that will give us a bit more. And there we are complete in the reworking of Shakespeare's classic. A horsepower, my kingdom for a horsepower. I think it's going to be the theme of everything we do. Although, I just want to say as well, I've been going through, while I was doing all that, I was going through my my files, my file keeping and correspondence, and I said about people offering various different things. Farmer Pierce has offered me something which I think might be quite handy. Hopefully before the next episode, or during the next episode, it will arrive. We have contracts in place, they are signed. I will show you those in the next episode, and yeah, hopefully, am I going to be able to get in there? Hopefully we'll get that sorted. We might have to put this somewhere else. I've got the Massey, and the Massey is going to Ted. I should be able to get in there. I'm going to hit the wall. Probably. Massey should be right on the tedder. And we'll get some tedding done. Subsoiling is still continuing, so yeah, it will be a case, I think, next episode we're going to get the front windrower, the bale trailer, we'll go around and we'll get the hay bales done. I'll probably off screen, I'm going to take the... What am I doing? Off screen, I'm going to take the mower over to the next field and then just put it away. Think. Plan ahead, MrSealyp. Oh dear. Yeah, so we'll get the other field done. And hopefully, with what we're getting from Farmer Pierce, we should have enough horsepower to run that slurry spreader. I mean, the Valmet probably has. Right. Hopefully it's going to work. You know what they say? Better off Ted. This thing does not accelerate quickly for a little Massey. Oh, that sounds good. Again, it's only small, and it doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't blow it all into the bushes, I can't get to it. That could be a bit of an issue. Hopefully not. So, I said it right from the start on FS22. The tedding animation now is just brilliant. I love it. And other one of those things you don't kind of necessarily pay much attention to. It depends if you do much tedding work, but compared to FS19, it's fantastic. Look at it. Who remembers Better Off Ted? It was a series. With Viridian Dynamics was the company they worked for. Oh, what's the guy's name? I know Portia de Rossi was in it. What's the guy's name? The guy that played Ted in Better Off Ted is in the series SWAT. Is it Deacon? I'm sure it is. Yeah. You wouldn't even recognise him now. He's got like a grey beard, and obviously he's a lot older. But that was a brilliant series. I loved it, and they had all these, because Viridian Dynamics did all like tech stuff and science things, and they were very dodgy, and some of the experiments and things they used to do were a bit, you know, they were a real dodgy company, and you'd get these little adverts that would pop up for stuff they were working on, and it was really bizarre but incredibly funny at the same time, absolutely hilarious. And I think they only did one series. I'm sure they only did one series and then didn't do any more. I loved that. Anyway, yes, I digress again, as I often do. Happy days. Happy days indeed. The sun's out. We're on a little old Massey. We're tedding, reminiscing over days gone by and series we used to watch. You know, the whole concept of being a farmer in real life, and I've said it before, I would love it. Lottery win, or a win of some description, enough to buy the farm and little tractor, and I would be so happy. The truth of the matter, the fact of the matter is, my hay fever is horrendous. Doing something like this, my face would dissolve. I think I would be in such a mess. But the thought of it, it's that kind of, you know, idyllic kind of, you know, in your head, oh, it'd be amazing. In reality, oh, I would be a mess. That said, when I did the bale stacking, I mean, I suppose the straw bales, they're all tightly packed and stuff, but it was alright when I did that. Who knows? Anyway, this is where I think I'm going to end this episode. We have got more, you know, of course we've got more to do, we've got tons to do. All this is going to have to be sorted out and baled. Anything spare, I think we did 75 bales, so I'm aiming to do 125 bales of hay. I need more hay in the ratio between straw, silage and hay to do my total mix ration. Then we'll get the other fields, because I'll get that cut, we'll get that windrowed, and that will just be picked up. That's going into the fermenter, the grass from the other fields, and that's going to be what's going to make our silage. We're going to get the rock picker running, and hopefully, like I say, if we get that tractor come from Farmer Pierce, we should be able to get the slurrying going too, and we can bounce the Valmet between, you know, the Valmet and the new old tractor. There's a couple I've got my eye on as well that I've been looking at, but they're expensive, and, you know, I don't know, maybe we'll get a loan. We want to expand the amount of equipment that the model farm's got, make it into a bit more of a museum as well, so people can come and see lots of you know, old tractors. And it doesn't have to be low horsepower stuff. There are a lot of old tractors that have got higher horsepower, but realistically, for the size of the farm and the size of the fields, you know, it would be more a display thing than it would be, you know, I mean, they would be practical, of course they would, but anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm loving it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.